Hi guys, so I had to switch. I don't know what went on with my connection there. It just decided that with my I so let's see, there's everybody back on the live here. So sorry about that. So sorry about that, guys. So sorry about that. Don't know what happened. The camera, that's kind of initial camera that I had. That shut down over me and it wasn't coming back on. Right. So if we can get everybody back on the live here. Right. Hey, good night, Anik. Nice to have you on the live. Come on over there, Debbie. Nice. Sweaty will let them know we over here. I had to change the camera. Hey, Deepak. You seen King? Good evening, man. Good evening. So again, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. The camera just started to give some trouble. So I had to switch. I had to switch there real quick. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's give him some of those a little time just to be able to come on the live. Seeing that we on the other side. Yeah, Deepak. Yeah, but that's what we had to do. Always just doing my best. You know what I mean? Yeah, so hey moms. Is Ansel well, let me see if he come over on this live and he crash this live, well I know for a fact that he fall. Right? Yeah. Alright, cool. So I was just saying that we started looking at we've been talking about relationships and stuff. And one of the key things is in any relationship for the man especially is to make sure that he has an idea as to where he's taking the relationship. That is really, really, really very important. Good night, moms. Good night. Yeah, that's really, really important because one of the responsibilities that the man has is to have a clear idea, all right, as to, hey, Lisa, good night, darling. Nice to have you on the live. Nice to have you on the live. Yeah, it's very important for the man to know exactly where where the relationship is going, all right, because one of his roles in the relationship is to lead. All right. One of the things I established in the last session that it is very important for us to understand in a relationship it's all about role and function. This is not about dominance. It's not about who is in charge. It's not about who is calling the shots. It's not about who's going to benefit and stuff. One of the things that I personally really like to equate a relationship, a marriage relationship in particular, with is that it's a partnership. And in a partnership, both parties have to contribute for the success of it. All right. No one person in a partnership can really see the success of it. All right. And even if I'm to take it from a biblical standpoint, you would see it likewise that with everything that God would have done for us, if we don't respond to it, if we don't accept it, and if we don't decide to work with Him in making the relationship what it should be, it's not going to happen. So it's very important for both parties to understand, the husband and the wife to understand that the success of the relationship, the success of the marriage is dependent on both parties. Now, within that understanding has to be the fact that the man understands his role, the woman understands her role. And I was just alluding to the fact that one of the key roles for the man is being that one that sets up goals and targets for the relationship. All right, in terms of where is it going, what are the things that we want to accomplish as a couple, what are the things that we want to accomplish as a family. He has to have a clear idea of that. And once he has that, he shares that information, he shares that vision, he shares those goals with the wife, who works hand in hand with him to make it come to pass. You know what I mean? So that's very, very important. You know, one of the other things about a marriage is that we have to see some of the other key purposes or functions for a marriage. Now, before I jump into that, let me just make this very, very clear. Everything that has been created, right? This is a universal principle. All right. Everything that has been created is let me just get a comment. Let me just read a comment here. So, Mom is saying else in a relationship one must have patience and understand each other, contentment and always pray. Very, very important, moms. Really, really very important. That ability, those are like key tools in having a long-term successful relationship. So thank you for that contribution. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah. So what I was saying is that it's very, very important to understand that principle, that everything that has been created was created for a particular purpose. There's nothing that you would see around you that was not created with a particular intent. All right? Might be tools, might be cutlery, spoon, fork, might be a hammer. It doesn't matter what it is, a bag, all right, computers, tablets, phones, or everything that was created came about with a particular intent behind it, a particular purpose behind it. And that principle also informs marriages. All right? So one of the things that a marriage is supposed to help accomplish, right? One of the things that a marriage is really supposed to help accomplish as well is to create an environment for children to grow up in. All right? When you have a husband and a wife, or in this case, when children come into the mix, they now become mother and father. When you have that cooperation, when you have that input by both the father and the mother into the lives of the children, it really helps to give them a nice rounded finish in their life. You know what I mean? I mean real parenting. I'm not talking about, you just have children are just born and they just grow. I'm talking about where a marriage or it was actually designed for the purpose of bringing up children. It's the environment. It was created as the environment for children to be raised in, where you will have a husband and a wife, a mother and a father, making contribution into the lives of the children so that they can grow and develop holistically and all wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, thanks, Anik. Oh, thanks, Sister Germain. I appreciate that, guys. Thanks you all so much for the comments. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's making my contribution, to life and to everyone around me, that's sharing what I know and that kind of stuff. So I always encourage people, please don't be afraid, hit me up some your personal views and opinions and stuff as well. I really appreciate that also. All right. Yeah, so I was saying that that environment for children is very, very important. All right. A father making input into his children's life and a mother making input into the children's life really, really helps them to have a rounded finish in their lives. Statistics can show it. All right, statistics can really, really show how that really helps a child. All right. Also, so we looked at a marriage one being that institution where both parties, both individuals working together for success. All right. We also talk about the marriage environment being one for the purpose of a child being born and raised in that environment where they have a mother and a father contributing to their life. And that's an excellent term that you use there, Lisa, a balanced life. Right? When you have, most of the times in those relationships, you may have one party being, a strict, authoritative kind of individual, and then you have one that might be a little bit fun and laughs. And I mean, even in them, they may have their balances within themselves. But you have, so sometimes in some relationships you have it might be the father might be the one who is more inclined to share licks or to do the disciplining, and the mother be the one to help with the coaching and stuff. Or you may have the reverse. The mother might be the one that does the disciplining more times, and the father being the one to cause mischief. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, both parties really help to give a child a really balanced life. Hey Terrence, my brother, what going on? Nice to have you on your life. I can not reach your man. I know you'll be working hard. Hey guys, this Terrence, this is my real homie from years upon years. Alright. Excellent father, fantastic husband. Yeah. Blessings, my brother. Nice to have you on your life, man. Yeah. So once we could appreciate that a marriage, one of the purposes of the marriage environment is for the purpose of raising children, we can and we should appreciate the fact that the work that goes into establishing a purpose and a vision for a family is necessary. All right, it's very necessary for a child, because when a child comes up into what they see, so they see the way that their dad treats the mother, or they see the way that the mother respects or treats the father, they grow up with this knowledge. They grow up internalizing these things, because I remember, I think I try to remember who it is. I read it or I saw it, but they say more is always caught than taught. You know, so a child will always pick up more of what they see than what they would hear you say. You know what I mean? And that's very important. So in that marriage, in that relationship, you want to be able to model a life for them that, you know, they could look, and when they now become old and they have their own family, they're going to carry on this tradition, and that is what was the intention behind it. So as they see, you know, a particular lifestyle being displayed between their mother and their father, as they get older now, they of themselves, you know, they may do things a little different, all right, because they will have their own personality, their own way of thinking, their own thought processes. But because of the fact that some of the key principles and stuff that would have been taught to them, they would hold on to them and they would take it into their family as well. You know? So the marriage relation is very important for the purpose of raising children. You know what I mean? Yes, Lisa, for real. Actions definitely will always speak louder than words. You know? Very important point. And one of the other things that the marriage relationship was designed for is, let me try and get the correct term. It was when marriage was created, God had an intention, right? Because He's the author of it, right? What He wanted to do, He wanted to mirror the relationship that He wanted to have with mankind. All right. And if for those of us that know, God is about love. He's about forgiveness. He's about honesty. He's about truthfulness. All right. And we talk, there's these few words that I mentioned, you would realize that these are some key elements that has to be in a marriage relationship, right? And I always use the term in a relationship on the whole, all right? But God Himself, He spoke about one of the reasons why He alluded to the relationship between Christ and the church being that too of a husband and wife, because of the fact of that close, intimate relationship that He wants with mankind. The marriage relationship was that key image, or that key representation of the relationship that He wants to have. So say here's the reverse. The intention is that in a marriage relationship, it is actually supposed to mirror, it's actually supposed to reflect the type of relationship that Christ has with His people, Christ has with the church. Now, how do you go about representing Christ's relationship with the church. In your marriage, first and foremost, you have to understand the relationship that he wants to have with us. All right. Now this takes us all the way back to a relationship with yourself, in the sense that when you, in order for you to understand who you are, obviously I made mention of it, in order for you to understand who you are, you have to go, or if you have to understand how something works or the reason why something was created, you have to go to the author or the creator of the thing. And when Christ created the church, he had a particular intention behind it. All right? And now, because we're looking at how marriage is supposed to reflect, all right, how marriage is supposed to reflect the relationship that Christ wants to have with the church, all right, we need to understand how he relates to mankind, how he relates to us, as for those of us that believe in him, and those that trust in him, and those that know about his forgiveness, and knows about his love, and knows about his peace, and the way that he communicates with us and stuff. All right? So these three things are the essential these are like the essential things that a marriage relationship was designed for. One, for the husband and wife to work together to accomplish certain things. Two, as the environment for which children will be nourished and brought up. All right. Debbie, say welcome, Dinesh. Well, let me say welcome to Dinesh as well. Hey, and so welcome back. Hey, my big brother. Welcome, Marlon Bailey. Nice to have you on the live, bro. Nice to have you on the live. Glad that you can join us. And so they say that you are the one that's responsible for my camera not working, eh? Yeah, I had to switch the camera because the other one stopped working for whatever reason. So I open here and shut down this one. You know, you don't have no behavior when you're ready. Alright. Welcome, Dinesh. I saw Debbie welcoming Dinesh, but I didn't see them when they came up on your live. But welcome, nice to have you all on night chats. Welcome to night snacks. Right? Night snacks. Welcome. Alright. So guys, and you see it's very important, because you see, one of the reasons why I really want people to understand my how should I put it, my thoughts on marriage. One of the reasons why I want people to from my knowledge, to understand what I believe that marriage is for, is because a lot of people get married for a lot of reasons, and then down the road realize that the reasons don't stand, and then realize that the reason has no validity, that has no background, it doesn't stand. And that's probably one of the reasons why we have so many marriages falling apart. All right. I saw a good sister of mine's, fellow artist as well, Vanessa Briggs. She shared on her status, she was talking about, if you are lonely, right? Something I mentioned earlier, but if you are lonely and you go into a relationship to address that loneliness, you might just find yourself in a relationship and still being lonely. All right. And people go into marriage relationships because some people want to leave them at their house, they can't take them. Some people because of something, they had a relationship with somebody, and a child came forth, and they decide, okay, we're going to get married because we don't want the child born out of wedlock, and a whole lot of different things. But when we do these things outside of understanding what a marriage is about and what a marriage is for, we find ourselves in a situation being involved. It's like you're going onto a job site and you don't know what to do. You're just there, you're using the people and them tools the wrong way, you're pressing the wrong buttons on the equipment and stuff, because you don't know, you don't have an idea as to what it is you're involved in. All right. So I think it's very, very important for us to take time to understand what a marriage is about, what a marriage is for, and in appreciating what it is about and what it is for, it means that when we go into it, right, we're going into it with a sense of understanding what we're getting ourselves into. All right, and for those of us who are in a marriage, and for whatever the reason may be, that we ended up getting into marriage, and then you come to a place where you're wondering, okay, did I make the right decision? Let me just share for my experience, right? I didn't fully understand, as a young guy, I didn't fully understand the how should I put it, the inner workings of a marriage, right? The inner workings in terms of the roles and the responsibilities of the man and the woman, and what a marriage is for, and all these different things. But being in it, it is necessary to learn about what you're involved in. So I took some time to try and really gather knowledge, read, hear, study. There were several different sessions. Sometimes I would attend, and let me just be honest with you all in terms of I'm talking about reading and all these different things, because I don't want you to think that there's a book on marriage. I don't want you to think that somebody has a manual out there that says that this is the way that marriage has to go. Let me be real honest with you all. One of the things, and for those of us that are already married, and if for some reason we may not have known it, but we probably would have experienced it and come to terms with it eventually. And for those of you that are not married, I always say that you're in a good place. You know when you're going into the thing, you know what you're getting yourself into, right? A marriage there's no manual that tells you what to do in your marriage. I was sharing with a couple that when you get into a marriage, you and your husband, or the husband and your wife, become the CEO of that institution. As the CEOs of the institution, you decide what happens. When I say what happens, I mean who's going to do what, who's going to manage what part of the relationship, if it's the finances, if it's the taking care of the children, if it's the ironing the clothes, if the cleaning out, who's going to be doing the groceries, who's going to be making investments, who's going to be planning vacations, whatever it might be. All right? There is no book that says that the woman has to clean out the house, or that the man has to be in the yard. I know of relationships where the woman likes yard work, in the sense that she likes gardening, she likes to take care of the lawn, she likes that kind of finish, and the man likes to be in cooking. You understand? And nothing is wrong with that, because once you all have that understanding, once you all have that established that between yourselves, that's all well and good, right? No. So let me now go back to what I was saying. I started reading about, trying to get an idea as to what a marriage is about, what is supposed to be accomplished, what are some of the principles. All right? And I think this is the key word here for us tonight. The principles that governs a marriage relationship. All right? Because principles are universal. They will work in any relationship, anywhere, no matter what country you're from, what language you speak, a principle holds fast. All right? A simple thing like gravity is a principle. What goes up comes down. Right. So, doesn't matter what it is. That principle will exist wherever you go on Earth. Right? On Earth. Right? The principle might be different in space. All right? So you're looking for principles that helps you to understand what a marriage relationship is. So, I am hoping that you'll be able to have a better idea as to what is a marriage, and hopefully guys, through this information, share it around. Talk with some of your friends who may be married, who may be thinking about marriage and that kind of stuff, because we need to change the statistics. All right, people get into marriage and then a month, 3 months, 6 months, you're hearing people going their separate ways. You know what I mean? And again, it's simply because of the fact that we don't take time to understand what we're getting ourselves involved in. You know what I mean? We're not taking time to really understand that. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because what we're doing is that this is not an experiment. Right? This is a commitment and a responsibility that you're taking in. And maybe that some of us never took time to really become responsible people, so that as we get older, we didn't really embrace what responsibility is, so that we go into a marriage relationship, sometimes into relationships in general, and don't understand what it means to be responsible, holding our end, doing what it is we're supposed to be doing, and stuff. Yeah. Cool. So, hey, Vanessa, good night. Welcome, Candice, as well. Miss Alfonso Green. Good night, Colleen. Welcome, guys. Nice to have you all on Night Snack. All join us. I did to begin. I'm gonna say little late. Little late. But all the same, glad to have you all on the inside. Yeah, glad to have you all on the inside. So, guys, as I said, for those of us that are married, I hope that what I've been talking about kind of helps us to strengthen the direction that we take our relationships. Talking with you all helps me to learn as well, right? It reinforces, it reminds me of stuff, so it's important. And then also, for those of you all that are single, you all are getting some first-hand information here that I hope that you all will take heed to, right? Embrace and use as you push forward in your life. And if you're going towards that pathway of getting married, that you take time to understand what a marriage is. Take time to understand yourself. Because you'll be going into that marriage relationship, and you want to be able to understand what you are bringing to the table. All right? And that's a good question. That's actually a really, really good question to ask. Ask your boyfriend or your fiance, what are you bringing to the table? But you're asking the question because you had to answer the question as well. It no matter, you just ask him, what you bring to the table, and you sit down there and you watch him with your hands open. Right? When you ask the question, what are you bringing to the table, you must know what you are bringing to the table. Michael, welcome, Michael. Nice to have you. Let me see Debbie saying this is the little brother. Nice to have you on the live, Michael. Welcome to Night Snacks. I hope this is not going to be the only night that you join us. All right, but welcome. Nice to have you on board, man. Yeah. So I was just saying that ask the question. What are you bringing to the table? Let me know what it is. Right? And likewise, the same thing. You answer the question. And you might, and it's not too late. It's not too late. You might be married. But find out firstly from yourself. What am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the relationship? All right, am I bringing a certain amount of wisdom in financial management? What am I bringing? What am I bringing? Because remember when I started, I was talking about sometimes people have the idea of just simply being in a relationship to just receive, and you're drawing so much from one party, be the husband drawing everything from the wife, or the wife drawing everything from the husband, and somebody's always lacking because nobody is seeing that the marriage relationship is an entity within itself that both parties has to contribute to. So let's ask the question: what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? And let's work together. It's important to work together and understand the roles and responsibilities that the man and the woman has. All right. If you missed the last live, I was talking about the man being the visionary. We use that term for him. He's the visionary. He's the man that he's the one that says, okay, the relationship, we want to go this way. These are the things that, you know, I would like to see us accomplish. These are the things that I, you know, because the woman by nature was designed by God as a help or a support system, you know. So she comes on board with a certain amount of skill sets and abilities to help accomplish the vision that the man has already had, you know, and that's important. That's important, you know. And sometimes, you know, sometimes it's supposed to be done before. All right, so it will be done because you don't want a woman coming into a relationship not knowing what she's getting into, and then the man say, "Well, alright, this is what we're gonna do." You know, this is what we're gonna do, and then she's like, "But I didn't really sign up for this, though." You know what I mean? So those are the kind of talks that you want to have happen before you actually end up into the relationship, into a marriage relationship. You know, very, very important. These are talks, and I keep saying for those of you all that are single, you all, this information, I really, really do hope that it helps you all, because it's important that you have these kind of discussions before, you know, getting into a relationship like that. You know, when you're in the relationship now, you have to try and work all the dynamics of streamlining everything, and it's not hard. It just really requires committed minds and committed hearts towards accomplishing that particular thing, right? But these are things that you want to discuss before getting in, so you can know. Listen to me. It's not enough to just really like the boy, or be you're so in love. You're so in love, you know, and you feel that's going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Love is not going to be enough to take your marriage through. You need a level of commitment. You need a level of discipline. You need to have a vision. The good book, the Bible, says that without a vision, our people perish, and that's a principle. So if there is no vision for a relationship, it can't go anywhere. People get frustrated when you're stagnant. You ever get stuck in traffic? You ever see how frustrating it is because you ain't going nowhere? Yeah, that's what has happened. Alright? So you need to have a vision. And everybody needs to understand, husband needs to understand what he's responsible for, his role and responsibility. Woman needs to understand her role and responsibility. Alright? When you bring all these things in the mix, you got something that could work. You know, you have something that could represent, you know, create that environment where children come into the mix. It helps to represent what you know, the kind of relationship, that kind of intimacy and working relationship that Christ wants with the church. Alright? So guys, let me say good night. We talk longer than usual tonight, though. Yeah. But I know this topic is one that a lot of people are oftentimes, you know, it's oftentimes discussed in so many different forums and so. So I'm just hoping that my contribution to you guys could really help you all and help, you know, those that you know. And I say share the live around with family and friends, and, you know, discuss it. Throw some comments my way as well. Let me hear from you guys what you all think. All right. For the next live, though, I want to I had some questions that was sent. So if you have some questions, let me ask you all. Let's probably drop me an inbox question. Drop the questions in my inbox. I wanna probably just deal with. I have a couple questions that came my way, and I just wanna probably comment on them next session, right? Concerning and that's probably gonna help wrap up. So it will be a lot more, because I would like you guys to throw some comments based on the questions that I have. Alright, but I'd like you all to throw some comments my way as well. Alright? So, hey Will, what's up, King? Coming late, boy, I know heading out. But glad you could join us on the live, though. Welcome to Night Snack. Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. I hope to see you join me again, man. Alright? Definitely, Debbie, I will do that. You know, I always I have to make sure and give say good night to the in-studio members. Alright? So I will do that for you. Alright? So guys, do enjoy the balance of your, well, I guess, I don't know how many of you are going to sleep now. I'm probably going to sleep in a couple minutes. Alright, but enjoy the balance of your week. See you all on Thursday for another session. Glad you all join us tonight, man. Take care. God bless you all.